have a good explanation. Let's go. Five-year-old had a bloody nose. What was it, like 12:30 at night? But I was already sleeping. And, hey buddy, after we got all that sorted and it was all done and laid down and snuggled up, I then proceeded to stare at the ceiling for the next 4 hours. And insomnia is great. We love it. I make some coffee and apparently get Legos out for the boys. They've got a Lego advent calendar, which is super fun. Thank you, Papa. Adversaries are live already, and in the time it took me to get things set up, my adversaries icon on my screen disappeared. So we're gonna figure this out, see if we can't get another adversaries encounter up, because I had a dark mark like right there. I forgot my coffee. I'm gonna get my coffee and fight off Fluffy. I'm sorry, Fluffy, you good boy. You good boy, I'm sorry. Can I just give you a fish?
Can I give you a piece of salmon? And so you want some crispy salmon skin? Yeah, I know you want some crispy salmon skin. Every Papa likes a crispy salmon. Just stop biting me. I give you a crispy salmon skin. Here you go. Boop. Okay, go night-night.
Edible dark, they look like the gummies. That's cute. Oh, that's cute. Those suckers are $2.95 a piece. Where's my... Let me run some calculations. $2.95. Oh my god, you guys have figured out how the hell you're gonna pay for this game now. Hang on. Average is 1.03 cents per gold. These are $2.95 gold. I need my calculator. She's Louise Mabel. That's pretty much $3.04 if you want to trigger an encounter. Can I get that encounter back? It was here, and then it went poof. I'm a passenger. Crap, I think I might have bungled that one. I think I might have royally bungled that one. That's annoying.
Huh. I ran out of pumpkin.
You ran out of pumpkins.
Literally, I was just trying to put on a bra so that I wasn't braless on camera. Like, that's the only thing I was trying to do. Maybe the drift and spawn gods shall be with me. Maybe I can get it back. Balls! Robbie, I'm a little frustrated, I'm not gonna lie.
Those are my buddies.
You do have a buddy, that's so nice. Alright, there's other things we can check out here. Let's go to the new skill tree, which is now open and ready for business. What? He's got his Wendy pants on today. Okay, so this one is a dodge, and this one, ooh, is a precision. So that means crits. As an auror, my crits are already stupid good. I have the books. There is no reason for me not to just a boop. I wonder, should we see how far we can get down our skill tree? Oh, I don't have enough red books. I have the scrolls, I just don't have the red books. Looks like we're gonna be grinding for red books again, kids. Well, that's super disappointing because I wanted to have an adversaries icon up so that I could play. What'll probably end up happening is I'll hang out here. Oh, wait! There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. You stay. There it is. Yes, okay. Let's hop right in. Here we go. My camera battery is probably gonna die in the middle of this. Okay, adversaries are a powerful new type of foe that appear in succession. For instance, feared chains like this one consist of an arch foe, the boss of the chain. Okay, arch foes are bosses and 2 guards. All right, defeat all the guards in sequence to challenge the arch foe. All right. To help you overcome this fearsome foes, we have provided you with a wit sharpening potion. This is blah 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 blah. Efficacy again by 50%. Okay, I already have a wit sharpening potion, but I have a lot, so that's fine. Common Serpent is about to attack 1 of 3 adversaries until Draco Malfoy. Difficulty, okay, cool. Malfoy, oh. Okay, this looks like book 7 Malfoy. Yes, I know, my crit's OP. No problem. Oh yeah, I defeated it. I one-shotted him. Potter stinks that. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. Okay, cool. So next is a Dark Wizard. I would hope that I would have an advantage against this, being that I'm an auror. that would be okay. So we're gonna down one of my wit sharpenings. Oh, okay. And we're gonna save, there we go. We're gonna save the Extimulo for Draco. All right, so we got 1 of 10 of Draco's wand. Very cool. What's our bonus? Yay, I've got the XP. Cool beans. Hey Draco, what's up? How's it going? How's your day? I'm just drinking my coffee, fighting off some, ooh, adversaries. Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. Barely did anything to him. Hi Draco, what are you gonna do? Oh, that's not bad. All right, I see why now they're like, hey, make sure you stock up on your health potions, cause are you making it so that I'm gonna have to lose this, or are you just gonna be like, oh no, here's a health potion? Well, what do you know? I have 32 of them, cause I'm an auror and a glass cannon. So I guess now we're gonna have to do a lot more wizarding challenges, which I'm not very good at doing. My challenge pages are not very good, nor are my registry pages, because I don't do wizarding challenges all that often. So I might bring back the Fortress Nights, where I just hang out on a live stream and grind out fortresses all night until, not all night, but for a couple of hours. Yay! Oh, cool! Okay, so we got 2 fragments from that encounter. Some challenge XP, good deal. Not bad on the wizarding XP. Oh, okay, I see you. DADA books and a field guide. Booyah! That's what I like to see. Very cool! So 750 XP if you count the normal XP and then the first time collected XP. My battery's blinking at me, which means this is gonna end any second. So there you go. There's an adversaries encounter. That was super cool. Loved that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And now I have an excuse to grind out challenges again, because I need the red books for my adversaries page. And I'm sure Wonder Woman has already 100%ed her adversaries page, as has Valky, because y'all are beasts. All right. Okay. I need to go and do day 4 of Chloe Ting's workout real quick before I do anything else, including shower and then record the meat of today's video, which today we are talking, oh geez, where is my big plan? It's right here. I marked it. Today we are talking Dumbledore's Big Plan Part 1. We're going to do a reaction video to the SuperCarlinBrothers, and we're going to be doing that all this week. So it's all just going to be reaction to Dumbledore's Big Plan by the SuperCarlinBrothers. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna go die and then shower and then beat my face. Do I have any good podcasts I can listen to while I die? I love Black Box Down. It's a podcast about plane crashes and analyzing why they happened. And I freaking love that. I don't know why. Should I do a little blip on like the podcasts I listen to and why I listen to them? Film School on Foley Artists. And ooh, and I've got a story about Pele from one of these that I listen to. I freaking love, okay, I like listening to things about folklore because it helps me come up with better theories for Wizards Unite, because then I listen to things from all across the world, not just Western folklore, because I freaking love that stuff, and I freaking love Polynesian legends because they're so cool and so weird, and suck it, Greek mythology. You ain't got nothing on Polynesian mythology. It's great. Greek mythology is so overdone. Can we please get some like Polynesian mythology spin-offs? Because stop doing Greek mythology spin-offs. They're bored, they're cold, they're tired. It's cold tea, sis. We already know that Zeus is terrible and can't keep it in his pants. What about we actually get legends about the actual Maui? Like, you know how well Moana did, but like Maui and Pele and the little dudes. Not this little dude. Say hello.
Hi.
I'm gonna go die now. Actually die. Ow. It is getting slightly easier. But also, good Lord. I am going to just dive right into this. The boys are playing together. When am I? What day is it today? It's the 14th. Where is number 14? Here it is. Very top row. Ah! You were right, John. Day 14 is more of these. Although, that's a gumdrop. I don't know what dollies are. I am very confused as to what these are. But I'll take a gumdrop. It's a very chewy gumdrop, but super tasty. It's a very good gumdrop. Okay. I'm probably not gonna eat the dolly mix, if I'm honest. Now I need to go shower and beat my face. Good Lord, Chloe Ting. I don't understand, but also, I really like this workout. It's very much worth it. It's really good. Okay.
Oh hey, and welcome to future/past Zoe. It's future for the Zoe in the video you just watched, but it's past Zoe for me. Today we are doing a reaction video to a video that I actually have been meaning to watch for a very, very long time. I've wanted to watch this video for so long, and I haven't because I'm wanting to do a reaction. So this is part 1 of the SuperCarlinBrothers video series, Dumbledore's Big Plan. Now if you know anything about me, you know that I am not the biggest fan of Dumbledore. So there's that. We're gonna take this video by video all through the week, and we're gonna start, of course, with the first one. So I want to see what the SuperCarlinBrothers have come up with about Dumbledore and whether or not it confirms my own bias. Here we go.
Hey, brother! You notice how fast that was, Ben? Take notes. Ben, today we are going to explore a very vast Harry Potter theory that spans all 7 books and has thus far never been resolved, or at least revealed to the audience by J.K. Rowling to have been in action. And yet, it explains so much. I am talking about Dumbledore's big plan. He has already defeated the other most notorious wizard ever, Gellert Grindelwald, and is also the only wizard Voldemort ever feared, or so they say.
How many of us are actually going to go watch the next
Voldemort
one?
attack? He has 13 years to act on this and maybe finish Voldemort off for good, but does nothing. Why? Well, we actually know why, and it's because of the prophecy about Harry Potter. It means it has to be Harry who does it. Harry is the only one who can do it.
I'm gonna, oh, he's probably gonna say this now, but, that's the interpretation that Snape had that led Voldemort to track down Lily and James, because Snape. It's actually Snape. That's the thing though. It's actually Snape who chooses the chosen one, because as soon as the Death Eaters find out about the prophecy, they're all like, well, who could it be? And Snape is the one who immediately goes, oh my gosh, it's Lily and James's baby. And so there you go. There's that fun fact. It was Snape who chose the chosen one. Boom.
What a weird position to be in. What should he do? Should he meddle and send Harry down the path he thinks is best suited for defeating Voldemort? Or would meddling send Harry off the path fate has already set for him? Because here's the thing. Harry's victory is not guaranteed. He can still lose. He's
literally
just
put
also
the
only one with any chance.
He literally put the fate of the entire wizarding world into the hands of an 18-month-old. You know, and by the time Harry gets to the wizarding world, he's 11, but he's 11. And, you know, by the time he defeats Voldemort, he's 17. 17! It's a big gamble, man. I don't know.
Chance at all of winning. So, if you're Dumbledore, what do? You know, he does meddle, but the question is how much? A lot. Every mystery Harry thinks he's solving is being presented to him by Dumbledore.
Of course
Every significant moment of Harry's life is being carefully constructed behind the scenes by Dumbledore as part of Dumbledore's big plan.
Yep.
let's do this.
100% agree with all of this. You gotta love the SuperCarlinBrothers intro.
Brother!
Add in 3, 2, 1.
That's 3 main goals for Harry in his first year. First is to control who Harry decides to surround himself with, and perhaps more specifically to just ensure that Harry doesn't end up in Slytherin. Second is to assess Harry's character as an individual. And third is to test his skills, bravery, and intuition.
Sure.
For Dumbledore, the Philosopher's Stone
Before
is
you throw the 11-year-old kid literally to the snakes, might as well make sure that he's going to be capable and have the correct traits built in him from the beginning. Maybe you should not have had him fostered in an abusive household for the last 10 years then. Crazy idea. I'm sorry, but the whole blood protection thing is the worst excuse in the world. And I know that J.K. Rowling has all of these set up several, and I mean, she's set up a very good charity that, you know, tries to keep kids out of orphanages and stuff, and it doesn't appear that the Wizarding World even has orphanages at all. Maybe they do, because we can see it with Grim Folly. But at the same time, there was still abuse and neglect happening in that household, and Dumbledore 100% knew it. And that sucks. So, you know, if this was part of your plan, maybe don't do that.
control Harry's friend group, and make sure he's not in Slytherin. And this starts right away when Hagrid comes to pick him up
There's
and
nothing wrong
inform
with
him that he's a
Slytherins,
wizard.
but I also
Those first
know
2
why.
days he spends with Hagrid are crucial. They seriously set up a lot of where Harry goes for the rest of his time in the wizarding world.
Which wizard who went bad who wasn't in Slytherin?
People get this point confused a lot because Ron says it in the movie, but it is really Hagrid who says it in the book. It doesn't make a ton of sense because at that moment he believes Sirius to have murdered 13 people, and Sirius wasn't Gryffindor, and he knows Sirius because he borrowed his bike, so you called out Hagrid. Except that you're not, because Dumbledore told you to tell Harry this. And let me just say, there's nothing wrong with being in Slytherin, and I'm sure he doesn't want Harry surrounding himself with all of the Death Eater's kids. Some of the Death Eaters actually thought Harry might be a new rallying point for them to get behind, so just really want to keep them away from Harry.
That's a theory that's been floating around for a long time, and yeah, people really did think that because this little baby defeated Voldemort, that he was even a bigger dark wizard than Voldemort was, and so a lot of the Death Eaters were like, well, hey, I guess we're just gonna wait to see how this kid turns out after he gets out of Hogwarts, and then we're gonna take over the Wizarding World, haha! But why though? Is my one question. But why though? I'm that kind of Slytherin. I'm like, okay, cool, you want all of this power to globally dominate, but also, like, why though?
Have you ever thought it was odd that Mrs. Weasley didn't know the platform number the Hogwarts Express was leaving from on Harry's first day? Now, what's the platform number? Said the boy's mother. 9 3/4, piped up a girl, also redheaded, who was holding her hand. Right.
I can kind of see what she's doing here of, like, nailing it into her kid's head. Okay, what's the platform number again? 9 3/4, Mom. Okay, cool, here we go. Like, I do this with my kids all the time. Okay, what is the thing that we're doing? We're doing this thing now. Okay, cool, here we go. Just like the repetition so that it starts to get ingrained into their heads. I can kind of see that it might have been that, but also, I like the idea of the Weasleys being in on it, the Weasleys understanding that that was going to be Harry's first year, and guiding him to the correct place. I like this idea of the Weasleys being sent to the King's Cross in order to direct Harry to the correct location. I like this, and I think he's going to explain.
Right, so in case you need a refresher, Molly Weasley has 7 children, multiple of which have already spent several years at Hogwarts, if not their entire 7 years at Hogwarts.
Sure.
Not to mention, it is also the school she herself and her husband attended. And if my math is right, and yes, we did pay the math budget for this one, this is her 17th time arriving at the station for the train to leave. It's her 17th time arriving at the station.
Okay, sure. But also, math budget, you don't need... Guys, you don't need a math budget if you just rage math things, okay? Just take note from Austin, from the science, and rage math things. Do y'all not rage math? I rage math.
station for the train to leave. And yes, in case you were wondering, it has always been the same platform and the same train. Harry will meet the Weasleys before any other wizarding family.
But also, I know I need to drink water, you shush. But also, like I said earlier, like, it could also just be the mom thing where you're like, where are we going, kids? Platform 9 3/4, Mom. All right, everybody knows where we're going. This is good. So y'all can get on the train in case we get separated. You guys know what the routine is. But also, sure, let's just try and attract the attention of the small boy who is trying to get on to the train as well. That's probably a good plan.
And as we explore this theory deeper and deeper, you'll see that Molly and Arthur in particular were integral to his plans in terms of leaking information to Harry or else just watching over him. And if you're wondering how either of them would have gotten involved with Dumbledore.
Okay, that sounds like we're not having fun. Dad is playing with them and they're being so loud.
The first peers Harry would come into contact with would be a prefect, Fred and George, Ron, all of whom are from a family famously in Gryffindor. Not that any of the boys would be in on this plan at all. It's just a good example of Dumbledore trusting that surrounding Harry with good people will yield good results.
It is a good formative years strategy, especially since Harry's mind is still fairly plastic at this point, despite the fact that, yes, he has been brought up in a fairly emotionally abusive household. So suddenly being in a household that is not only warm and kind and loving, sure, that would totally make a lot of sense. Because again, his mind is still fairly plastic. He's 11. There's no logic here currently. He's just an 11-year-old boy. Okay, I can get behind this.
Which brings us to the second big thing Dumbledore is trying to accomplish in the Philosopher's Stone, which is judging Harry's character. And fortunately, he has the exact right tool for the job.
So what do you do if he's not the right kid?
As I'm sure you are aware, the mirror shows whoever stands in front of it, whatever is their heart's deepest desire. And when Harry stands in front of it, he sees his family. He tells Harry, "Harry, have you any idea how few wizards could have seen what you saw in that mirror?" Consider this. Harry finds the mirror on Christmas, the day he gets the invisibility cloak, which was sent to him by Dumbledore. And we know that Dumbledore was literally waiting in the room, invisible himself, in the middle of the night, like not even looking in the mirror himself, just like, I guess I'll just be invisible here.
Back again?
I guess I'll just be invisible here. Okay, I think there is an explanation for that particular response on the part of Harry, like him wanting to see his dead parents more than anything else in the world. There's like this tiers of I think it's like the tiers of needs. So it's called the Maslow's theory. It like suggests like you have to have certain needs met before you can like emotionally move on to the next thing. The first is personal security. You have to feel safe where you are. The second is emotional security. The third is financial security, health and well-being, and then against accidents and illnesses. So the hierarchy, what is this? Maslow's, your like basic needs are like physiological, food, water, warmth, and rest. Then you can move on to like safety and security. Do I feel safe where I am? Then belongingness and love. Then you move on to esteem, prestige, feeling of accomplishment, right? And then self-actualization, the self-fulfillment needs. And you can kind of see Harry following this list of needs all through his journey at Hogwarts. You know, before when he's at the Dursleys, he doesn't even have like this base need of food and water and warmth and rest. He's getting woken up early to do things that he doesn't really particularly want to do. His sleeping accommodations aren't very good. He's under the stairs, he doesn't get fed very much. So when he's at the Dursleys, he actually reverts to that baseline tier where he's seeking these other things out. Then you move on to safety. Do I feel safe? Well, no, he didn't feel safe at the Dursleys. He constantly felt under threat. So again, he's reverting back down through the tiers when he's there. And then you have like belongingness and love. Like when he finally does get out of this situation, those first two needs are met. He's fed, he's given something warm to eat, and he's feeling a little bit better. He also feels safe with Hagrid because Hagrid's huge enormous and can obviously take on Mr. Dursley. He's been proven to be someone who is more formidable than Mr. Dursley. And then he's met with this sense of belonging. this is where I belong. And so now he's shifting in that same tier to the need for love. At that point, yes, that is the thing he most desires in the world, because that is the next tier of thing that must be met. Then like this self-esteem thing, you can see him start to move through those things during like book 4, and the self-actualization is where he gets like in like the Deathly Hallows, where he's trying to figure out who he is, and specifically who he is without Voldemort being in his head. Is that self-actualization, that train scene that we see. It's very much a manifestation of him finding that final tier of needs. So that got it a lot. Sorry. So there you go. The Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So yeah, he's meeting, the very fact that he was in the Dursleys in the first place is what puts him in the position to see his family. Do I think that it was still engineered by Dumbledore? Yes, I actually do. I think that Dumbledore 100% put him in the Dursleys' house on purpose, specifically to mess with his head, which I don't like. I don't like that. Okay.
Well, is that kind of a leap that he would give him the cloak, assuming he would immediately don it and roam around the castle at night and find the mirror? I don't think
11.
so. I mean,
he's an 11-year-old kid with a magic invisibility cloak who's real curious about everything. Like, what else is the kid gonna do? Not use it? Please. Please.
Why is the mirror up in the school at all when it's supposed to be like down below guarding the stone? In case you've forgotten, Hagrid retrieved the stone for Dumbledore in July, and it's now December. So why is it taking him so long to put the stone in the mirror and the mirror in the basement? Wherever this is, second chamber of secrets, they never explain where they go. What I understand is that somewhere on the 3rd floor of the castle, there's just a hole. Like a deep one.
It's all good. They just made a pocket dimension because like they have to drink a potion in order to even get into this room, right? So, you know, it's just a pocket dimension. It's just some, you know, common everyday chronomancy. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Reason is because, of course, Dumbledore wants Harry to find the mirror so he can see what he sees, but also because of Dumbledore's third goal, which is to test Harry's skill, bravery, and intuition. I'm sure we're not the first to wonder why the obstacles guarding the stone are so easily defeatable by a first year when they're supposed to be keeping out Voldemort. Well, this theory suggests that the obstacles are the obstacles specifically because Dumbledore is testing if Harry Potter can break through them.
That's a big gamble. If that, like I just said, you're putting the fate of the Wizarding World into the hands of an 11-year-old, including giving the Dark Lord himself access to one of the most rare and valuable items ever made, the Philosopher's Stone. That's a big gamble. The house usually wins that kind of a gamble, Dumbledore. I don't know if you're a gambling man, but
Wow, that is really reckless of Dumbledore. All of the rest of the obstacles kind of pointless. And by kind of pointless, I mean they do not need to be there. Dumbledore could have set up the mirror in Quirrell's office and left him alone with it all year, and he still wouldn't get the stone.
But how do I get it?
Why is he even bothering?
It would have been hilarious. Actually, it would have. It's just like, hey, Quirrell, I know you've been teaching here for a really long time. Doing great, by the way. Okay, so with your new job, you've switched from Muggle studies, and now you're teaching the Defense Against the Dark Arts. I'm gonna put this really ancient artifact in your office, so you can just hang out and stare at it for a while. Okay, it'll be a great teaching tool. No, don't you worry. No, just leave it right there. Okay, bye. Suffering intensifies. It's bad enough that you got a parasite on the back of your head, but then you're also giving it insolvable puzzle by a weird old man. It's good times.
And the answer is to find out if Harry has 1, the skills to break through the obstacles, 2, the intuition to figure out the stone is down there at all, and 3, the courage to face Voldemort. But that is why it takes Dumbledore so long to finally put the mirror down there, because he spends the first half of the year observing not just what Harry is good at, but also his friends. But it's not just that the obstacles are hand-tailored for the Golden Trio skill sets. It's that Dumbledore is like laying clues all throughout the year for Harry to figure this out. Starting on that first day with Hagrid when he takes him with him to Gringotts to retrieve the stone.
Listen, I'm all for conserving your errands so you just run them all in one day. That's efficient. That just makes sense. That's how you plan your day. It's a good idea. But yeah, seriously, what the heck? You're taking a very curious 11-year-old to a vault in very deep within Gringotts to retrieve one single small lumpy item, and you don't expect him to pursue that and try to figure that out? No, 11-year-olds, do you? Yeah, no, sure, okay.
I must tell you that this year the third floor corridor on the right-hand side is out of bounds to everyone who does not wish to die a very painful death. We've discovered a giant hole. We are also considering putting a murder plant at the bottom of the hole in case anyone does fall in, but I have to talk to Professor Sprout about that. It needs to be soft and springy, but also deadly, but also easily defeated. These are children. No, but...
It's a murder. Why are like 80% of the plants in the wizarding world murder plants? Probably because like 80% of the plants in the normal world are also murder plants.
Don't want the students to go there. Lock the door.
It's locked. Over.
And don't just lock it, but lock it in a way that is harder to get through than...
Alohomora.
We know that there are spells you can put on so that your locks can't be picked, essentially, with Alohomora. So you can make yourself a pocket universe, but you can't lock a door from an 11-year-old? What the hell?
And don't even get me started on all the times Hagrid lets slip a whole bunch of clues.
I shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have told you that.
In the dungeon! Turn around in the dungeon!
It's the panicked. No! It gets me every time.
It is super obvious who let the troll in. Fire Quirrell. I'm not kidding. I don't know why he doesn't. He so easily could, and yet Quirrell goes unpunished and uninvestigated even for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Because he's got a parasitical entity on the back of his neck that happens to be the soul of one of the darkest wizards that they have seen in like 100 years. And he's allowed to teach children. I don't really think I should be throwing that much shade. Muggles aren't very good at that either.
Why?
Yeah.
Because, again, he wants Harry to figure it out.
If this is true, if Dumbledore is just like casually letting Voldemort hang around as a parasite in the back of a teacher's head, he must be 100%. And maybe not, because it happens like with the whole werewolf thing. 100% positive that at that moment, Voldemort is precisely zero threat. Precisely less than zero of the threat, because again, we're dealing with an 11-year-old with almost no wizarding training. Like, he's picking up the first year stuff, like doing his thing, doodly doodly doo, which is like kindergarten. They're like, look, you can lift things and unlock doors. Here you go, have a cookie. It's nap time. Like, literally, that's what you're doing in your first year. He has to have 100% confidence that Baldy is zero threat to even let him in the castle. Like, he is actively letting the Dark Lord in the castle. I'm sorry, I got hypersonic, but okay. So you need to go and check out this video all for yourself if you can, because you're only gonna catch clips of this. And me reacting. You really do need to go watch this whole series with me as I'm reacting to it. So sure, here we have year one, Dumbledore assessing Harry to see whether or not he's going to be the one who's going to help him take down the Dark Lord. And I think that, sure, Harry definitely exceeds his expectations. Nothing that Dumbledore has done has set Harry up for success here. And yes, I just explained that the only reason that he sees his parents in the Mirror of Erised is because of the situation that he was put in by Dumbledore. At the same time, it is exceptionally clear to me that the only reason Harry is who he is because of what Harry has done and how Harry has reacted to things. Also, Harry's own circumstances in his life, which have allowed him to act in this way. Like, he, despite the fact that he was in an abusive household, he still remains a kind and caring individual, rather than turning his neglect into a weapon, which is something that we sometimes see with some kids. He turns it into an excuse to never act the same way as the Dursleys. He doesn't use it as an example for, well, I guess this is just how awful humans are. He uses it as an excuse to never be that way. And honestly, I think that's just purely down to Lily. Lily was that person. I don't think James was necessarily that person. I think James was incredibly problematic, but that's a different story altogether. Okay, so there you go. Make sure to go check out the SuperCarlinBrothers. We are going to move on to the second one. We're going to watch that one tomorrow, except tomorrow for me is in about 15 minutes because I gotta go use the bathroom and make myself another cup of coffee, and then we're gonna dive in. Passing it back to Past Zoe. Just had a very hard day.
Hi, long time no see. So today was great. Adversaries came out, and I'm here. I'm not over there. I've got a video about Adversaries coming soon. I do promise. Today, the manure hit the windmill, and I'm not gonna go into it. It's all family drama. Marky woke up at like midnight last night. Bloody nose. Marky woke up at like midnight, and then I proceeded to stay up for 4 hours, like not able to go to sleep because of insomnia. Then I slept in and missed my alarm. Slept until like 9:30. It was real bad. Just thing after thing after thing after thing. Like didn't feel so good all morning. Like did not feel great. Like stomach wasn't super great. Did my workout anyway, and that was fine. Was like gonna shower and eat lunch and then get to filming because Adversaries had came out, and I wanted to film something cool for Adversaries because I'm really excited about Adversaries. And then just like family drama happened and everything spiraled from there. Had some triggering events that I didn't realize were triggers for me, and now I know, so now I get to talk with my therapist about that one. That's gonna be fun. And then after, still had to go to Costco because we were literally on our emergency reserve, used in case of national emergencies / Zoe just couldn't get to the store in time, of milk, of shelf-stable milk, which is not great, not what I want to be feeding the kids on a daily. And that computer's still on because I launched it in hopes of making a video. We released a video of me on a migraine day, which I wanted to get out anyway to show myself I can do things. And like usually on a migraine day, yes, I can bounce back. I can do like a few things, and obviously I can do a lot more than a few things on a migraine day. Migraine days are definitely not the same as bad brain days where something triggering happens, or maybe not. Maybe something triggering doesn't happen and my brain is just being mean to me for no reason. And even me taking the proper steps, including exercise and including doing everything I can to make my brain be okay, sometimes my brain is just still not okay. And that's okay. I still did Costco. I still put away groceries and did all that stuff and took care of the kids. Here's my bullet journal. We're gonna make like a super lovely little plan for tomorrow. So if you saw a react video today, it's because I recorded it tomorrow. And we can do that because we're ahead. We can do that because we're ahead. We planned it well, so we can be ahead. And if we need to catch up, we can catch up. We're going to take a moment to appreciate that we did a good job planning. Tomorrow we're going to play in the journal, whether it be the Calamity Journal or setting up for new fun stuff in the 2021 journal. We're gonna do either one of those things. We're gonna drink a lot of water. A big red line underneath play in journal. So there you go. Making a plan for tomorrow. That feels better. My priorities are only 4 things. Workout, film 2 videos, and then play in my journal. That's it. That's all we do it. Other than keep the children alive, but you know. So here's to not beating yourself up, being kind to yourself when things just really go wrong, and making a plan. Sometimes it's all you can do. I also definitely did not hydrate enough today. I feel like garbage because of it. Alright, I'm gonna do another lap of the house to make sure that I've cleaned up what needs to get cleaned up. And then I'm gonna go to bed. So, remember that I love you always. And it's okay to not be okay. I'll see you tomorrow.